Hey everybody, it's Mike A.K., that reseller guy. Last week I bought a couple bags of stuff from Goodwill, paid $6, and I'm going to make hundreds of it. Some of it already sold. What is it? Well, let's get going. Alright, so yeah, this is a regular Monday morning video. What sold over the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday sales, what sold on eBay, plus a few other random pickups that I'll show you as well. The main theme of this video is I didn't really know how much these items were worth until I got home to the research, and sold some stuff a little bit too cheap as well. So yeah, I'll talk about that too. But we're going to get into regular sales first. I'm going to go over the sales, and then that will lead into the items that I sold and made a lot of money on already, but some of the stuff I sold too cheap. But yeah, we'll get into that first. 14 sales over the weekend. Only 14 sales. Kind of a slow weekend again, but $600. So sales price was all right. Average sale price, what's that? $50-some per item. So average sale price was pretty good. Yeah, let's get into the stuff. I sold a couple. I'd have a really great average sale price if I didn't sell these two items. Two sports cards, or one sports card and one non-sport card. First up, Jose Canseco, 1987 Donruss. This is from a special opening day set. This sold for like $1.79, free shipping. Go out eBay standard envelope. I think I end up netting like 50 cents on that card once it's done. The second one is a Hunger Games card. I've been selling quite a few of these recently. We got Jennifer Lawrence as Katniss on that one. There's like 4 different cards from this set that I have out there. That one's $1.99. Free shipping. The reason I do these, I've talked about it before, but if you haven't watched any videos, I have quantities of these. So I'm hoping that people either buy quantities of this certain card or the 4 different Katniss cards and buy a bunch of them. I have had a couple of sales of those in the past, just not recently. So I don't like selling sports cards this cheap. I'm trying to encourage people to buy more, but it doesn't always work. Either way, it's quick, it's simple, it's not that big of a deal. But those were cheap sales. Those were the only cards. I did sell something else that was pretty cheap. This 1971 Dell Magazine, San Diego Padres. 1971. That's old. That's younger than me, but not by much. This is 52 years old. 52-year-old magazine sold for like $5.99. It's kind of crazy that it sells for that cheap. Part of it is there's really nobody good in this magazine. It's a cool magazine, and they got these little stamps that are little picture stamps that you can cut out of players. I think there's like 2 sheets of them. But back then the Padres really did not have any good players, so not really highly desirable. I have this one, and I think I have the Astros, same sort of thing. No good players those years. Yeah, $5.99. I paid $1 each for them. I had a bunch of them, slowly selling them off, just trying to get anybody to give me anything for them, literally trying to sell them. So yeah, $6 plus shipping. Again, it's a quick little thing into a little rigid envelope. Ships out for like $4 or $5. I sold another one of these Rolodex packs. Yeah, this was probably one of my better buys from a week ago. Bought 10 packs of these for $1 each, and they've been selling for $8.88 each. Had one person buy 3. I've sold several different single packs. I think right there on the shelf. Am I pointing right? No. It's right here. It doesn't really matter where they are, but they're right there on the shelf. I think I have 4 packs left. This is pack number 6 to sell. Bought them for $1, sold for $8.88. I just put these into a little padded envelope. I got them over here, right here. So yeah, I just put them in one of these eBay padded envelopes. Do this, fold it over, ship it out like that. Yeah, nice, quick and easy shipper. And you know, after all the fees and stuff, making like $6 or so. $7 on one of those packs. I wish I had thousands of those packs because they've been selling pretty consistently since I put them in my store like a week to 10 days ago. So, like I said, that's pack number 6. What else is cheap that sold? I bought a few electronic things the other day at Savers. And before I show you the sale, the reason why I bought this was because there was another little item in the box that I wanted to check out. It's this little, it's called a Palm Top computer. Palm Top? Like sort of like desktop, but they call it like a Palm Top computer, little PDA thing. I forget the name of it. Psion? P-S-I-O-N? I don't know. It's something like that. Again, you'll see it in the pop-up. I got some batteries for it, and it actually worked. It was really dirty, but it powered on, and it worked. And these things actually are in demand. It seems really obsolete that anybody would actually use it, but maybe they're collectible to computers and electronic people. I don't know. If you look at the sales are pretty good and consistent on the ones that work. And mine worked. It was in a hanging bag out of Savers, and I think it was like $8, $10, something like that. That hasn't sold yet. That is in my store. Again, I either will put up the pop-up now, or I put it up a few minutes ago. I think it's like $120, $130, $140 is what I listed that for. But this was also in there. I didn't want to just throw it away. It is one of these old LG chocolate, I think chocolate is what it's called. These little slider little phones. Yeah. I don't know if they just want it for the battery. I think just the battery alone that's on the back sells for like $10. But I saw that the sales rate was really good on these. I didn't have a charger. It's just like this, and it sold for like $12. Again, you'll see the pop-up. Yeah, so I sold it. Why not? And it sold over the weekend, so it sold really quickly. Like I told you, I sold several cheap stuff, so this has got to be the good stuff back here. We're getting into the little bit higher dollar stuff. Sold an autographed baseball. This is part of my consignment deal with one of my good friends. I think I just checked. I think I have just under 24 baseballs of his still. Probably sold well over a dozen. And what he does is he puts these little stickers on here, tells me who the player is and how much to sell it for. Now, he told me to sell this one for $10, and I'm not going to list them for $10. I listed it for $20. Now, it did take a little while to sell. It took a couple months to sell, but this is Addison Russell. He used to play for the Chicago Cubs. I don't even know if he's still in the major leagues right now. If one of my baseball experts on this board knows, you can put down in the comments if he's still in the league. I could look it up online, but that's no fun. So yeah, sold this baseball unauthenticated, but it's 100% legit. I know the guy that gets these. Like I said, he's a friend of mine. So we sold it for $20. We'll split the net proceeds after that. So we'll both get like $8, $9 after all the fees. I just got to make sure to take the little sticker off that tells me to sell it for $10, so the buyer doesn't go, why does it say 10 on it? And I bought it for $20. So yeah, sold that for $20. So Bobby, I don't listen to your prices. I make up my own prices for some of these. All right, now we're getting to the better stuff. Next up, yeah, this is the good stuff. I love finding old stuff like this. This is an old catcher's mitt from probably the 50s, somewhere in there, 40s to 50s, I think, for this one. It is really rigid. I'm trying to get my hand in here like I could actually use it. But yeah, check out that old webbing and lacing. This is a Reach model and a Reach brand, and the player's name on it I've never heard of was Frank Hayes. A lot of times you can see the name. That one is right there. Sometimes they're in here and they get really worn off. Luckily it was here, and that helped me identify the model of this glove. Now these don't sell really fast unless you get something that's in super high demand and maybe from the 20s or 30s or something like that. This has probably been in my store 4 to 6 months, somewhere in that range. But it sold for, I think it's $50. Got to look over at the screen. Yeah, $49.99 plus shipping. It's just a thrift store pickup for like $3. Love it when I can find this stuff. There are a lot of collectors out there, but again, they are fairly slow sellers unless you get something that is really cool and unique from pre-war days. Sells really fast. But yeah, this is probably, my guess is this is from the 50s. Let me look up Frank Hayes' playing career. I don't know exactly the year this is from, but I actually put it in my listing. I forgot that I did that. So he played in the Major League Baseball for the Philadelphia Athletics, the St. Louis Browns. Yeah, some of these teams were in different cities back then. The Indians, the White Sox, and the Red Sox. He was a, what did I write? 6-time All-Star. He was pretty good. He played from 1933 to 1947. So maybe this is a 1940s glove. I didn't think it was quite that early. I thought it was probably 50s, but maybe it was that mid to late 40s. But yeah, that's pretty impressive that I bought this for a few bucks, sold it for $50. And that's the kind of stuff I love finding. Obviously, you guys know by now that I love sports-related items. And to find old, cool stuff like that most people don't know a whole lot about, I like selling that stuff. What is next? Let's go with this one here. This was a game purchase that I had. I still got a couple background. Today's like point-it stuff day. Look, stuff's here, stuff there. But yeah, how do I do it? It's weird doing it looking at the phone. Right there. I've still got a couple like racing games that are back there that I don't think are too high demand, but I still got to get them listed just in case. I sold one game last week that was like a Dungeons and Dragons type little board game, little card game. That sold pretty well. But there's a couple Star Wars games. And these are games that have like little miniature figures like this in here. Plus it had a couple extra little expansions. So I was able to add those in there and get a little bit better price. Actually, I was pretty surprised at what these go for. I thought used like this that it wouldn't sell for too much. But this is going, I'm going to keep calling it global shipping program. It's like eBay international shipping. But it's going global shipping program over to the UK, and I'm not sending, obviously I'm not shipping it directly to the UK. I send it to, I think it's Illinois now, and then they ship it over there. So the person buying this, they're paying quite a bit to get it sent over there. Let me grab my trusty reading glasses and see exactly how much this person I got a stack of receipts all over the place. Where's my Star Wars game? Star Wars Imperial Assault game. So they paid me $60 for this game, $59.99. A total shipping of $45.46. Now, 15 of that I think goes to me. The rest goes to eBay. Plus, you're paying a $21 VAT, which is some sort of import taxes. They are paying a total of $126.54 to get this sent to them. Yeah, $126 is what they're paying to get this game sent to them. That's kind of crazy, but they paid it. So I'm going to get that boxed up and sent over to eBay in their shipping program. 2 items left to go. I think that is it, making sure I didn't miss anything. I don't think there's too much on here. We'll go with this. This is pretty cool. Jaws 3D. Yeah, the Jaws 3D movie. I assume that was Jaws 3 and they did it in 3D. I don't think it was Jaws 2. And what they did with this is you got the trading card packs, and as it says on here, you get some little 3D glasses in each one of these packs, and yeah, the cards were sort of in 3D. So I bought this box from a friend. I think I paid like $45 for it. So not like I got it super cheap or anything. I thought I would be able to get closer to 100. That's what I was hoping for, but it didn't quite happen. Had it in my store for $80. I think that's what the pop-up's going to say, but I sent a 10% offer because it's been in my store a couple, 3 months now. So I wanted to see if I could get the sale sold for $72. So after the fees, what am I making? $20 or something like that. It's still cool. And honestly, stuff like this you kind of have to pay up for. You're not going to just find this sitting at a table for $5 or at a thrift store. But yeah, I love cool stuff like that. Even if I only make $20, that's fine. Next is the biggest sale of the weekend. This has been in my store for a while too. This has probably been in my store 6 months and hasn't sold. I think because I was having it at the higher end of the sales comps. This is a 1983 Donruss baseball factory set. Yeah, so this is from 1983. We'll do some more math today. That is 40 years old? Yeah, 40 years old now. 40? Am I doing it? Yeah, 40 years old. So here's what it looks like inside. What they did is they made individual bricks and they factory sealed each one of them. They put one of these cards on the top. You can see the cards on the back. 1983 Donruss. Yeah, I believe I paid $50 for this one. And it sold for, I gotta look on the screen because I don't remember the exact amount. I'm close. 120? Was I right? $119.99. Yeah, so $120 plus shipping. You'll see these at auction. They'll go for $75 to $90, but if you wait for the fixed price, you can get that $120. But it's going to take a little longer, so that's why I don't run stuff like this at auction. It really doesn't make sense. You're going to sell it for cheaper. Just hold on to it and get the higher dollars. All right, now you're saying, Mike, that's not 14 sales. That's because we got transfer. We got to move into. We got to shift over to the expensive stuff. Well, it's not expensive per item. But I'm going to show you a little pop-up picture somewhere on the screen. Maybe I'll do a whole screen of a couple of bags that I bought at a Goodwill for, I think they marked $3.49 each. Probably used a coupon and got them a little bit cheaper. So we'll just say I paid $6 for these 2 bags of little refrigerator magnets. Now, when I got these, I had no idea that they were worth as much as they are. It wasn't until I got home, started researching them, and found out that they hold some decent value. I thought I was going to sell them like in my booth for like $2 or $3 a piece for these little magnets. And then I did the research and found out that the sales price is pretty good. The research showed that it was selling for, oh, you saw the pop, but I'll show you one here up a little closer here. So this one is the Miami Dolphins, obviously. Here's what it looks like on the back. And these were actually new. They still had the, I'm not sure if I'm holding it the right way or not. They still have like the little sticker that had the team name. And these are made by Rust, the same company that made like the troll dolls and all that stuff back in the day. So yeah, these little refrigerator magnets, I think sometimes they use these for like the little standings boards, and that's what made them pretty popular. They're not the little flexible like rubber ones. Those ones actually do sell for good money as well. These are like a little plastic, some sort of pressed, I don't know, something. So they would break if I probably put them into like a bubble mailer, so I will ship them in these boxes. But back to the bags. Yeah, I had no idea how many were in there. There was 2 bags. Got them home, started looking them up, and saw that the sales history showed that these are selling $15 to $20 is the range. I saw one, which was the Eagles. They sold for $29.99. Yeah, people, I know my Eagles fan guys, you're going to say, it's because the Eagles are great, right? Well, beat the Chiefs tonight, I think, and maybe you're great. But, so yeah, that showed that they can go as high as $30, but all the comps I was seeing was $15 to $20. And I have like a bunch of these. I think each bag had like 25. So I have 50-ish of these magnets. And I said, if I can get 15 bucks a piece, that's pretty amazing. So I listed a bunch that first day, and they literally sold like this before I could even upload my pictures to some of the listings. I'll scroll through here on the side of the screen somewhere, and you'll see the sales that I've had on these. I had one buyer that bought like 11 of them right away. A couple people contact me right away afterwards saying, hey, do you have this team, this team, this team, this team? So it seemed like that those teams they were asking for were each person that was messaging me saying those teams. So I knew that those teams had to be pretty rare. One guy told me, now I have one of these left. I really don't know exactly what it's worth. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I guess this was one of the more rare teams. It wasn't the rarest. I sold the rare ones already. That was the Houston Oilers. Yeah, I didn't see any sales of the Houston Oilers out there, but again, $30 was the highest I saw. Sold the first one for 15 bucks. Yeah. So that guy messaged me and said, I guess you don't have any more of the Oilers. I would have paid you $200. It's the last one that I need for my set. Yeah. Could I have really gotten $200 for it? I don't know. So here's the deal that I made with the guy. I kind of sent him a message. I said, hey, obviously you have a little info on these. Maybe share your knowledge with me. I'll give you a good deal. I have another Oilers ones. Actually, I had two more. So I had a total of 3 Oilers. I sold one for $15. Me and this guy had a few messages back and forth, and he told me that, yeah, the Oilers was the most rare, but there were some other rare teams as well. The Eagles was one. The Buccaneers was one. The Lions, the Bills, the Packers, the Raiders. I didn't have a lot of those teams. I didn't have the Raiders. I didn't have the Packers. I didn't have the Bills, unfortunately, being a Bills fan. But I did have a few of these Buccaneers. So one of the Buccaneers had a big gouge in the side. I still sold that one for $20 over the weekend. That probably was in the scroll that you saw go up for 20 bucks. Reason I sold that one, what I guess now is cheap, is because it had that big gouge in it. So yeah, these have some really, really, really good value. Just in that first day alone, I sold $250 worth of these magnets. That first buyer that got all of them cheap for 15 bucks each, he spent $150 some dollars. The person that gave me the information on some of the other ones, I made him what's probably a screaming deal. Some of you say, Mike, why did he sell that cheap? I sold him the 2 Oilers magnets for $100. No, I had $6 in everything. I sold $250 worth of magnets in literally a day. So I'm more than happy to do that, and I still have a lot of them to sell. So whether he's going to keep one Oiler for him and resell the other one, I don't really care. I basically bought knowledge from him on some of these magnets, and that was, to me, was well worth it. This one here, this last Buccaneers I have, I'm still undecided what I'm going to list it for. I think I'm going to put it out there. It may sound crazy, for like $80 or best offer. What's the worst that can happen? I mean, the items are well paid for by now, and maybe there's a crazy Bucs fan out there that will pay me some decent money for it. Maybe the guy that already bought some thinks that it's worth 80 and he'll offer me 40, and honestly, I'd probably take it. One other thing that I bought at the thrift store the other day, unfortunately these aren't worth quite as much, as I bought a bunch more of these little gumball football helmets, the ones that come in these that you would get at the grocery store. Back in the day they were like $0.25, but I think now if they have them still, they're like $1 now, or 75 cents at least. But you know, they did have some old ones in there. They got the Redskins, you still got the stickers unused and stuff like that. I obviously already had a bunch of these, and I sell these in my booth for like $4 a piece. Not worth a whole lot individually. Some of the super old ones from like the 70s, those can have some decent value. Maybe the Redskins, just because they're inappropriate now and they no longer use that team name, might have a little more value. But yeah, I picked up a bag of those for just a few dollars, and we'll add more to my collectibles booth. All right, that's just about it for today. This is Thanksgiving week, and actually the other day, I want to thank Kevin. Kevin, you sent me a Thanksgiving card. I do really appreciate that. Honestly, really, see that in the mail, and just to have you reach out like that. Kevin, thank you. I hope you have a great holiday. I know you're in Florida, so your weather's probably typical of what we're having here, where it's starting to cool down, but it's still a little warm. I don't know. You can let me know in the comments, or maybe next time I get a live. I know you're usually in there. So Kevin, thanks a lot. I really do appreciate that. But yeah, one last thing here. I found this the other day. I couldn't pass it up. It was $2.49. And these sell regularly for about 15 bucks if you ever run across one. This is an old Radio Shack Tandy Executive decision maker. And it takes a 9-volt battery, so I had to buy a battery last night because we never have 9-volt batteries around here. I only buy them when I have to change them out once a year in our fire alarm. So went out and bought a pack. They're $10 for 2 of them. $10 for 2 batteries. So I'm definitely not including that when I sell this. But yeah, you just turn it on, and then you ask a question, and then it makes the decision for you. So I'm going to ask it, should I end the video right now, or should I show you some more stuff? Let's see what it says. It says, never. Guess I'm not ending the video now, but yeah. These sell for like 15 bucks, so I thought that was pretty cool. I love old Radio Shack and Tandy stuff. It's always fun finding it, and it usually works when I find it. So I'll get that listed today. I'm sure it'll sell relatively quickly for about 15 bucks. So I guess according to that, I have to show you a few more pickups from today, extend the video a little longer. We'll show you this here. Got a little My Little Pony. Yeah, this Monopoly game. We all know the Monopoly games can be pretty good, but not always. There's certain ones that I have that I take to my booth and I sell for like 10 or 15 bucks just because it has a name to it, whether it's a superhero or a sports team or something like that. But this one here was it was like $3.49. It wasn't until I got home and I opened it up that I saw that, look, all the cards are still cards up here, factory sealed. Had all the ponies. Usually a lot of times when you find these games in the thrift store, people keep the tokens, and then they just take the game to the thrift store and they resell those tokens. The only bad thing is the houses and hotels were open, and there was one of each missing. Yeah, one hotel, one house missing. So I have it listed on eBay as, you know, like new-ish open box for like 30 bucks. Brand new. This is like a $50 game. Brand new. $50 for My Little Pony. So if you find one out there, go ahead and pick it up. I got little turkey squishmallow back here. We added that to our Thanksgiving decorations. If you're like us, you have like 2 holiday decorations, at least for Thanksgiving. We have a ton for Halloween. We have a ton for Christmas, but like nothing for Thanksgiving. It kind of gets overlooked in the decoration department. But we do have 3 turkey inflatables. I got to get those out today. Today's Monday, the week of Thanksgiving, and get those out in the yard at some point today. I don't think it's going to be too hot. I don't think I'm going to have to worry about sweating too much out there getting done. But I have to get those done today. They need to be out for at least the week. Make it worth putting them up there. The store that I got those, or at least that turkey one, I also picked up the Santa Claus one. Still had the tags attached on these. So someone must have had a bunch of these, never took the tags off. We got the Oxalotl. Only reason I know this is an oxalotl is because I have a kid and she loves oxalotls now just because. Am I pronouncing that right? Someone correct me if I'm not, but I think that's right. So this is like a birthday one. As soon as she saw it, she goes, "Oh, I want that one." I'm like, "Well, your birthday was 2 weeks ago. Too late. Tough. I'm going to sell it in my booth." She doesn't need it anyway. She's got plenty of stuffed animals. And this is another Squishmallow, but it's a Flip-A-Mallows. I haven't taken the price tag off. It was $5.49. I used my coupon that day, so we got it for about $4. And so it looks like a little kitty strawberry shake. I know, they just make everything. It's amazing what everybody buys. And then you flip it around, and it turns into like a blueberry cat shake. I don't know, whatever. People are going to buy it. Christmas is coming up. Kids love this stuff in my booth. It's only going to go for like $10 probably. I bet the Oxalotl, I probably put these at like, Santa will probably be like $8, and I'll throw that at 10. Some kid will want that one too. Just cool stuff in my booth. I don't like putting a lot of them in there because they take up a decent amount of space, and I don't have a great spot to display them. So if I find 2 or 3 of them, I don't mind putting in there, but those ones that are like this big, no, I'm not putting those in my booth. Last week I did go to 2 estate sales. I don't show a lot of estate sale or like live footage like that. There's people around and stuff like that. I don't want to put people on camera that don't want to be on camera or have some estate sale company say, "Hey, you can't film." So I just go to the estate sales and get the stuff and then just show it to you this way. But I did buy 1 item at each sale. One sale I bought this Grand Theft Auto for the Xbox 360 only because it's still sealed and everything. And I don't collect video games, but I do collect video games that I find at thrift stores and places like that, cheap, that are still sealed. So you probably can't tell. Again, today's pointing day. I think I have now 4 Wii games. Let me get those. These are all factory sealed still games. 3 of them are probably terrible games and one's good. So yeah, we have Six Flags Park. This is a good one. Yeah, I found this sealed at Goodwill one day for just a couple of dollars. So we got Mario Kart. We got Jillian Michaels Fitness 2010. And we have Batman the video game. So yeah, those are all factory sealed. So I am trying to get a complete set of all these still factory sealed. It will take me a lifetime because I'll probably never find that many. But yeah, like I said, we found GTA 5 for the Xbox 360. That's the one for my 360. And since I'm showing them all to you today, let's go ahead to PS3. We got Madden 11, still factory sealed. Now again, I know I could go on eBay or Amazon and probably buy some of these games that are still new and sealed that are kind of games that aren't too popular anymore for $5 and $10, but that's no fun. I want to find them either at thrift stores, estate sales, garage sales, that type of stuff. This is the coolest one. This one I love. That's still, I'm pretty sure this is a factory seal. Burger Time for Intellivision. Now, that's the seal on it. And the box looks really nice. And the reason I think it's pretty sure it's factory seal, I don't know if you can see it here, but you have like that line up the back where the wrap is. I'm trying to get it. I don't know if you can see it in the glare, like right in there somewhere. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is still a factory sealed Burger Time. Now, I've considered like sending this in for grading, but you know what? I don't really care. This is something that's to me is totally awesome. I'm old enough to have played games on the Intellivision. So yeah, that's my game collection. Last thing that I bought, last item that I'm going to show you today. I'm not going to ask the executive decision maker again. This is last item. This, again, was an estate sale find. I went to a company that's known out here to be very highly priced. That's why I usually don't go to their sales unless they have a lot of stuff that I still might be interested in, especially on like maybe the second or third day. They have it, but they had a couple different autographed sports items. This is Hall of Famer Merlin Olsen, played for the Rams. And this isn't certified, but I've actually gotten his autograph in person a couple different times. So this is probably a fairly early one, because when he got into the Hall of Fame, he started adding HOF in the year. I can't remember what year he went into the Hall of Fame, but so yeah, Merlin Olsen autograph, little mini helmet, got to get that authenticated. I think these sell for about $100 when they're authenticated. So yeah, pretty good on that little buy for $20. But that's it. No executive decision maker questions. Again, that's it for today. Probably no other video this week, just being that it's the holiday on Thursday, and you know, all that. I'm going to spend some time with my family. Yeah, I do kind of like them. So I hope you all have a great one. Have a great weekend. Go check out that card guy. I put out a video yesterday. I might throw another one out this week. I think I already have another one recorded. So all I got to do is get that one edited maybe Tuesday or Wednesday or something. Go sub to that channel. Thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you next time.